Did you know that you can now have agents working directly in a model-driven app? Hi, I'm Bruno and welcome to the Power Minutes. And that's right, now I can bring the agentic revolution to existing applications. So on today's example, we will visit a car dealership tool and add a broadcasting agent to it. The idea is simple here. Whenever a reservation is made, we want our agent to capture and create a notification within our agent feed. So, for starters, let's start with Copilot Studio today. I already prepared the shell of an agent. We called it the car reservation agent. And of course, it's going to be mostly for a communication tool. So, for starters, let's actually start with the trigger, which will let us, invoke the agent and be called in an autonomous fashion. So the trigger over here is going to be a Dataverse trigger. You can simply go here, find a trigger, and you can see that from the series of triggers we have today, we have opted with add a row when a row is added, modified, or deleted. And if you look into it, we have it here available. It's a very simple flow. Whenever a record is added to reservations, it will send a prompt to the agent using the content from the created record. So that is all you need to do. You're able to test the trigger later on if you need to. But that should be what you need to do as a trigger. For the first time in our examples, we're using triggers. We're generally using agents directly, but remember, you can invoke them elsewhere. Next, we're going to need a new tool, which is the Power Apps MCP Server. As always, you can go add a new tool. Within Model Context Protocol, you can search for Power Apps, and now you should have a new MCP available, Power Apps MCP Server. So all you have to do over there is click on it and create a connection. In our case, we already have it set up. The only thing you should be aware about this tool, of course, not only the features it can do, so it has the ability to log to review, request a instance, and invoke data entry. So it has three actions it can perform, but I alert the change we've made to this MCP is we provided in our example with maker provided credentials, as we want those credentials to be, always available, and we don't want to enter today on a permission-based issue. So it's using whoever the permissions of my connector directly. Of course, for your securities, you might want to review it if it's safe or not. And lastly, I will add a prompt to ensure that our agent does what we want. So I have prepared it beforehand. I will just grab it right now. And under instructions, we want this following prompt. You can adapt it to your needs. So whenever this agent is triggered, create a task for human review. Use the car reservations name field suffixed that is added to the end with reserved. So we want the car to be reserved. And then for the description, I want a summarization of the details. And those details will be the salesperson full name, who is it reserved for, and until when that reservation is being held. All right, from now on, all that you need to do is publish and force the latest version. So let's go ahead and do that. And after that, it will take a while to publish, of course. Let's jump into the other case. And the other case is we need to go onto your model-driven apps in edit mode. And on our menu on the side, so you generally come here and have pages, but you notice that you have two new actions that you can do, or two new sections to look into, agents and app MCP. For today, we're going to stick with agents. And as you can see already, you can have a series of agents that you can choose from Microsoft, namely the Copilot M365 Copilot agents. You can embed them directly. And in our agent feed today, or right now, we don't have anything. Let's change that by adding our car reservation broadcaster. And that is all you need to do. And then you publish. Now, all we've got to do left is test it. So we are here in our app, and we can go under car reservations. And let's make a new reservation. Let's say, what do we have in stock? I think we can go for Let's go for a Fiat 500. I believe that one's a Fiat. So, add ourselves. Let's give a reservation for someone, and let's say that they want to pick up the car by Monday. They just want to, check things with the family before they go ahead and go through it. Now, the agent feed may take a few seconds or a few minutes to fully process what has been done. We expect this outcome. So let's take a time and talk a bit about some of the topics we went over. We already have agents in our scenarios. So one of the things we need to tell you is if you have an agent, make sure that you review it because it will need that Power Apps MCP in order to work properly. And there will be certain things to look into. Today we created an autonomous agent. It receives a specific trigger and performs a foreseeable, predictable action. The other agents, like assistant agents, can be created to provide custom topics, knowledge sources, and so on. Those will take a little bit more effort to make. So while we reserve, yep, it's here. Yellow Fiat 500 has been reserved. So as you can see, whenever you click in any of these records, you'll be navigated to the case itself, including the ones I already deleted or in trials that didn't go so well. So there you have it, an easy way to bring AI and agents into already existing solutions. We don't have to, demolish years of work when it build very complex applications, model-driven apps. If they're working as intended, why refactor everything into agents? Do the other thing around. An organic way is to perhaps pick up on something that already works and sprinkle a little bit of this agentic power and bring the application to a new era. All right, see you next time.